Well, and welcome back to the WGL APAC Season 1. We're into week number 7, Alex.
Week 7.
And we're already halfway through our first broadcast day. Now heading into our third match. Caren Tiger and EL Gaming. We've seen two pretty close matches come out so far. Do you feel like this one might be able to follow suit?
Absolutely. I think so. I hesitate a little bit there, but...
Absolutely.
No.
Please help me. I'm turning into Batman.
Thanks for that, Jordan. Yeah, absolutely great. Good little contribution there. I'm glad you got that
Why
in.
Are you so
you
salty?
Obviously really want to. But anyways, look, no, seriously though, Caren Tiger, EL Gaming, I've actually got this written down as a 5-4 for
Right.
Caren Tiger. Right, so I think this one is going to go right down to the wire because of the way Caren Tiger have been playing recently. They've been playing so well. And EL Gaming, look, yeah, they're EL, but... like, they've kind of, you know, shown some recent flaws, if you will. You know, if we get EL on mines, that could be a Caren Tiger 2-0.
Yep.
And if they can continue with that momentum, Caren Tiger are really good on some maps as well. They've got their favourites. So, overall, I think it could be a 5-4 to EL.
I'm not sure I necessarily share your confidence. Yeah, Caren Tiger have been playing well, but of course we've seen EL being EL. They did have that little dip in form against B Gaming where it went to 5-4, but I think EL coming into this one probably looking like their former selves, I suppose.
Yeah.
The number one team that we expect to see. I'm thinking Caren Tiger's only going to be able to pick up one round here. Best case scenario, they get onto steps. Maybe they can win the steps attack or something like steps defense. One of those. I think steps might be the key here, and they do have steps in this map pool, but we'll see what happens. It just doesn't feel to me like EL are going to falter at this point.
You don't reckon?
No.
Well, I think the EL could, honestly. If we take a look at EL's lineup, obviously, you know, Guan Ran, Fox TS, they're the ones to look out for. Flag as well, we've seen some big plays from him. Honestly, we've seen some big plays from all of the EL Gaming lineup.
Exactly. Not a surprise considering they're number one on the scoreboard, but their opponents, Caren Tiger, I think they're sitting at number 4 at the moment. Yeah, that's correct, and well, they're definitely no team to scoff at. They've been challenged in the last couple of weeks a little bit by the B Gaming guys. We've seen the Battle Royale come out twice, 2 weeks
Yeah, the
in
Battle
a row.
Royale.
And they had some decent results. They won both times, 5-4 and 5-2, respectively, so they improved upon their initial result. And, well, this time I guess they've got a bit of a bigger challenge up against EL.
That's for sure. Look, I think Caren Tiger here, I mean, they've really shown some good form in the last couple of weeks. And, you know, Mudame, we always look out for him. Akio V made some big plays last week. Well, last week we saw him as well. Polly, of course, a captain. You know, Caren Tiger are full of really solid, smart players. That's why they take it to tiebreakers so often, because they so rarely make mistakes, and it's only, you know, that little edge that you have over Caren Tiger. It's you know, the tank, the single tank that's remaining that beats them, sort of thing. So overall, I think Caren Tiger should be able to really challenge EL this time.
Yeah, well, I mean, despite the fact that Caren Tiger do tend to, for some reason, be the team that always tends to take it to tiebreakers, I just don't think they're going to have it here against EL. I mean, when I kind of look across at the map pool, Ghost Town, that's very much an EL favoured map, I think. So I think that should be a 2-0. Mines, like we said, might be a bit of a weakness there for EL, but it still feels like they should at least get one against Caren Tiger here. Steps, maybe another 1 point there, 1 round for Caren Tiger, but again, I don't feel like that's going to be a 2-0 for Caren Tiger either. So, you know, for me, those are the two maps that maybe they can get points on. Prokhorovka is just going to be another EL map. I don't think they've actually lost on it so far. No, they haven't. So,
Wow.
You know, if in some crazy world we do get to Prokhorovka, I'm fairly certain EL will be able to close it out there and not allow it to go to the tiebreaker. Well, unless they have to come back from something. But yeah, again, I think grasping at straws a little bit. I just don't see it happening.
It's going to be tricky. There's no two ways about it. It is going to be very hard for Caren Tiger to try and come back from this one. But look, overall, you know, we've seen them not come back, but actually come into this one. We've seen it from them before. We've seen them take, you know, some really close matches. We've seen them take good teams to tiebreakers before.
Yeah.
You know, they can hold it with the best, and they beat B Gaming, right?
Yeah.
B Gaming took EL Gaming to a tiebreaker.
Chain logic.
So therefore, if B Gaming can take EL Gaming to a tiebreaker and Caren Tiger can beat B Gaming,
Maybe. We'll see. Let's get underway with our match here today between Caren Tiger and EL Gaming. First map, Ghost Town, an E100 coming out for Caren Tiger, as well as a T54 lightweight. So some differences coming out that we don't always see, but lots of AMX 50Bs. Don't mind that. EL Gaming going with a relatively standard lineup as well here. A couple of 113s, and then of course the AMX 50Bs coming in as well. So it's fairly similar lineups.
fairly similar.
But Caren Tiger has just a little bit more HP to play with.
Just a little bit. Look, I do like the E100 there by Caren Tiger. You know, taking one E100 in towards Ghost Town, you're always going to be, you know, looking pretty good for the extra kind of bulk and extra armor that it provides. Those AMX 50Bs can't really go wrong with that either. And as we come in towards Ghost Town, you know, we know it's a very symmetrical map. So when Caren Tiger, if they put all of their kind of bulk, all of their forces towards one area and EL run into them, then I just don't think that that's going to work out too well for EL, because Caren Tiger, they've got all of these, you know, super heavy tanks. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 AMX 50Bs. You know, that is, I don't think I've seen so many AMX 50Bs before, so could really work out well for them.
I mean, EL has dropped some rounds on Ghost Town, particularly the one against B Gaming, for me, was really poorly played by them. I don't remember who, but one of their tanks, like a Bat Chat, just drove straight into like 4 or 5 players on the other team, which they knew was there.
Yeah, that was B Gaming, yeah.
Yeah, against B Gaming. I don't know who drove in there, but it was crazy. Anyway, looks like it's starting off a little bit better here for EL at the moment. Akio V in the E100, he has been demolished, and he is out of the fight already. That is a big loss for Caren Tiger. Look at the HP swing that we've seen come out here. EL Gaming now have an advantage in that respect. They've lost to 113 for themselves. They've also dropped a bit of HP as well, but look at all this damage that's going across to Caren Tiger.
They could still overextend right here. They're running into Caren Tiger, who have 5 AMX 50Bs right here.
On the reload, though.
On the
AMX 50Bs are on the reload. That's the problem. Fox TS is just about to come off his reload here in his AMX 50B. Will be able to take down Polly without taking too much damage. And there you go. Easy cleanup for EL Gaming in that one. Now these AMX 50Bs from Caren Tiger should be coming off reload relatively shortly, but they've already lost 2 of them, so that's a big chunk of damage gone. Shinozaka's going to go down as well pretty quickly. There he goes. I think maybe he got 1 or 2 shots off of his second clip, but that's not enough. And EL Gaming, they've played this one very well. They have waited for those reloads to come for the AMX 50Bs. They've abused that fact. And those 113s, of course, they can keep firing. They're down now, but it's too late.
I think that's the danger. This is the danger when we see these AMX 50Bs picked, Jordan, is that because we've got 5 of them on the field for Caren Tiger, EL know that as soon as those AMX 50Bs are on reload, they'd already taken down the E100. There was absolutely nothing stopping them. There was not a single damage threat on the field when the AMXs were on reload. They just had the T54 lightweight, which can't even get through most of the tanks.
Yep.
So EL Gaming, just like that, take out the win. And I mean, easy as you please, I think.
What do you say?
Look, I didn't disagree with you that Ghost Town would be an EL Gaming map. And I think it is going to be hard for Caren Tiger to come in on Ghost Town and really show EL Gaming too much.
Yeah.
But a quick match like that, I think it still favours Caren Tiger, because, you know, they lost the first half on Ghost Town. You know, EL are really good at this. Let's just regroup. Coming to the second half with a new mindset.
And I think, again, it does come down a little bit to the tank picks there as well from Caren Tiger. Like you said, when those AMX 50Vs have fired off all of their shots in their clip, there's nothing. There's no threat at all for
nothing.
EL. So they just drive straight in. They're quite happy to deal the damage. Not going to be taking any. And as a result, you know, the win comes up there. So it felt like EL Gaming did just outpick, I suppose, Caren Tiger a little bit. And as a result, obviously pick up a pretty easy win there. So first half of Ghost Town, can't take all that much from it, apart from the fact that EL Gaming is looking pretty good. It wasn't all that much to look at. They just abused the fact that those AMX 50Bs were on the reload.
Yeah, absolutely right, I think. And, you know, that E100 getting caught out, crucial error. And I think maybe whoever that was in the E100 just overestimated the E100 for a minute there.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, the E100 definitely getting killed off guard so quickly. Akio V, he drove in here. I don't even know how the E100 is this far ahead of his teammates. Like, he's an E100. He shouldn't be that far ahead.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the AMX 50Bs were doing, but Akio V gets caught off guard, taken down. I mean, Sun Mi, he gets tracked and taken down in response, but, well, it's a pretty good trade there for the EL Gaming guys.
Yeah, there we go. So, EL Gaming right there, just cleaning up the remaining members of Caren Tiger. And overall, I think Caren Tiger, I don't think they'll be picking AMX 50Bs, 5 AMX 50Bs on Ghost Town again. I don't think that worked, and I think there's a reason that we don't see it that often. If you're going to pick 5 of something, pick 5 T57s, please.
Even
at
then,
least they have a bit more staying power.
Yeah. Even then, I feel like it's still a bit too much of one tank. Like, five of anything is too much in my opinion. But let's have a look and see how the post-battle stats went and where things went wrong. Yeah, mixed 50Bs. Well, who's surprised by that? Not me.
They got a fair amount of reloads off those EL Gaming AMX 50Bs up the top there. A fair amount. And, I mean, yeah, that was the issue. Just Caren Tiger, as soon as that E100 died, like, Caren Tiger, I don't know why they weren't so close to. Or I don't know why they weren't close to the E100. They should have been right behind it, you know. But no, because you've got to expect that when you're playing against EL Gaming. You've got to expect that any corner you turn, if like physically it is possible for EL Gaming to be there, even if they're on the defense, it doesn't matter. EL Gaming might actually be there, so you've got to plan for that.
Yeah.
So
the E100 got one shot off, but definitely not enough. And overall, EL Gaming just looking a little bit stronger there on Ghost Town. Heading over to the attacking side for them, I think, like I said, I think this should be a 2-0 for them. If Caren Tiger can bring this one back to a 1-1, they'll be feeling pretty happy about it. But after that performance, I'm not entirely sure that's going to happen. We'll see what Caren Tiger decides to pick here in the second half, because I think that did play a bit of a part in how quick and convincing that win was for EL. But yeah, I mean, it didn't just come down to the tank picks. Like, there was errors, of course, as well from Caren Tiger. Like we said, the E100 out on his own gets picked off early. The AMX50B is not able to follow up on it, and of course, you know, EL Gaming taking advantage of it. So across the board, everything seemed to favour EL Gaming there. And this time on the second half, well, we're looking for two things. One, different tank picks from Caren Tiger, or at least, you know, maybe a couple of extra tanks. You know, take maybe one or two of those 50Bs and change them off for something, I don't know, like a FE215B or something like that.
yeah,
And two, play together a bit more.
well, exactly.
Don't let your E100 get picked off.
Against EL Gaming, you need to.
Yeah.
So
anyway, let's have a look and see whether or not point number one is going to be proving to be true. And, well, a bat chat, but it's sort of a similar situation anyway to the 50Bs. I guess it's a bit more maneuverable, but when it's, you know...
This is interesting. This time, EL Gaming going to be going with the 50Bs.
Yeah. 5
of them. And you know, the funny thing is, I've just talked rubbish about the AMX 50Bs and how 5 of them, you know, not really the best. But then I see EL Gaming doing it, and I'm like, they're going to pull it off.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Well, they're definitely going to be moving up pretty aggressively right here. We've got Black sent up the top to scout most of EL in the town and already getting some shots on towards Caren Tiger's scout.
Wow. It really just comes down here to which team can focus fire better. If they can take one of those AMX 50Bs out before it's able to get a whole clip off, if it gets maybe 1 or 2 shots off and then it gets taken down, that's a win essentially. And the team that focus fires better should be able to win this one. And in general, in theory, that is going to be EL Gaming. We know that's what they're good at. Although in saying that, they've already lost a bit of HP onto Nice, and yeah, they've traded a bit out onto Opolis, but I feel like even after that little passage of play, I think Caren Tiger are a little bit advantaged by that.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. Absolutely. Caren Tiger, they are going to be happy with that little, you know, that little passage of play. Like you said, they've got the RU251 on 25 HP, right? The RU251's job is just to scout. So it doesn't matter what HP it's on. It's not going to, ideally, it's not going to be in the brawls. It's just going to be, you know, a lookout, so to speak. So, you know, when it's still alive after that, that's definitely a win for Caren Tiger after having taken Nice down in the AMX 50B, a tank that is going to be in the brawl, down to 900 HP.
I am a little worried about the setup that EL is running at the moment. You can see, look at how spread apart they are at the moment. If 1 or 2 of these tanks get caught off guard by Caren Tiger, who are playing much more clumped up, then of course we're going to be seeing some difficulties here for EL Gaming. I guess it depends on how quickly those guys can rotate across to to back up their teammates. But, you know, like, I do like the setup that Caren Tiger have here, playing as a unit, as opposed to all set up across the map like EL Gaming. So what I hope to see happen here for EL is group up a little bit more when they do opt to go in for a push and try and win that brawl with the focus fire, because spreading out across the map, for me, it's not going to work out too well unless you maybe run into a one-on-one, you know, and get the first shot off or something like that.
Well, that's the good thing about Caren Tiger's lineup, Jordan, is that they do have, you know, all of these AMX 50Bs. So 3 AMX 50Bs can absolutely instantly annihilate, you know, 1 or even 2 tanks that they come across. So, you know, if they manage to do that to EL Gaming, then, I mean, they're looking pretty good, I think. And as we can see EL Gaming moving a little bit now, I actually starting to understand a little bit, I think, about what EL Gaming are thinking. They're maybe looking to, well, obviously push on towards this 2 flag right here as Black's made his way on towards it. But I think Flag, and I think that's Sunmi down the bottom there, will be making the push right down to the kind of F4 corner of the 2 flag to catch out some of Caren Tiger as they move towards it.
Sort of a wrap around the back. Although, I mean, they might not even have the opportunity, because for now, the Caren Tiger aren't actually pushing in that direction. They're pushing up towards the northern end of the map, and, well, it's going to be Guan Ren, and I think maybe Nice is next to him as well, who will have to deal with the majority of this onslaught from the Caren Tiger. There's still lots of time on that cap, so Caren Tiger have plenty of time to work with here. They can engage that fight on only those 2 tanks. Or actually, I think there might be a little bit of backup from Fox TS, but definitely Caren Tiger on this side of the map, they outnumber the EL Gaming players. So if these 50Bs get dropped from EL Gaming, look at this, Nice and Guan Ren, they have been caught off guard. This is exactly the problem we said that could potentially happen here for EL Gaming, and there's going to be a bit of damage going over to Dekamori Sane. Guan Ren, he just drives off the edge there and actually gets out. And now a 1-for-1 trade, not so bad for EL Gaming. There is a lot of fire coming in towards Caren Tiger from the EL Gaming players set up on the other side of the map, but at the moment,
it's messy.
It is messy.
Very, very messy for EL Gaming right there. And in terms of HP, they're only up about only about 100 now after that next shot goes on towards Black. So definitely very, very close right here as Caren Tiger.
Flag is so low. He does get taken down there as well. And things, I mean, they're still hanging in the balance. EL Gaming have a bit more HP to play with. And, well, now we're back to a 4 versus 5. Although Black in the RU-251 might not be particularly counted. Oh, it is actually 5 versus 5, as I missed Opalisk there as well. But Shino Zakat's going to take down Black, and now it is a 4 versus 5 into the favor of Caren Tiger, who still don't have as much HP to play with as EL Gaming do, so they need to be very careful here. If they let too much go, they're going to be in trouble. Guan Ren does have one more shot available to him. He's wanting to probably take down Polly, but I think he might have overextended here. He should be taken down. And there you go. And now, tank advantage in the favor of Caren Tiger. Only slightly, though, because a few of these tanks might just be like wheels and a bit of duct tape.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Caren Tiger right now as, well, EL Gaming 4k HP, Caren Tiger 1.2k total overall as Sunmi's just getting taken down. And overall, this is exactly, I was just about to say this is exactly where EL Gaming want to be. But just like that, Sunmi has taken a lot of damage. He's taken a full clip, and you can't afford to be trading one shot of an IS-7 for a full clip of an AMX 50B. So it's good to see he's got that trade back.
Yeah, and Mordame has been shot in the back as well there. Fox TS coming off the reload. Should be able to clean him up. I mean, Sunmi goes down, but it's not too big of a deal here for EL Gaming. Both these Caren Tiger members are super low.
And spotted.
And look at how many shots left in the clip for both those EL Gaming tanks.
Yep. Yeah, no, that is not good. I mean, I suppose the only real thing which Caren Tiger has going for them right here is that, well, one, actually, Fox TS, he is ammo racked, so it does take him slightly longer to shoot between shells, so that's a little positive. But two is that Caren Tiger are actually on the defensive side. So if EL Gaming, you know, want to start...
I mean, there's only 3.5 minutes left, so yeah, that's a good point.
Exactly. So if Caren Tiger want to, you know, just try and play for this this defensive sort of timeout, I suppose, then it is well within the realms of possibility for them to do so. You know, they can just try and time this one out and maybe send Mordame in towards that cap once it gets a little bit closer. But the issue now is EL Gaming have put both their members on the cap, so it's not looking too likely.
I don't know. Would you send the AMX-50B or would you send the RU-251? Like the
Yeah.
251 has a bit of a lower profile, might be able to get in there a bit quicker, get out of there a bit quicker as well.
I think they're going to actually need to commit. Well, they can't
both?
commit to a fight.
They might have to commit both. They might have to get both, get the reset on both the tanks, back out of there, and even then they'll still need another reset. So it's really not an easy situation here for Caren Tiger, but they're going to go for it. Fox TS is pre-aiming the correct line. Mordame, he doesn't have a chance here.
Yeah.
He gets a reset, but he's going to go down, so there's an extra bit of time here for the RU-251 to play with. And
he does get the reset.
I don't think Opalist is actually spotted right there, so they know his general direction, obviously, quiet being shot, but they don't know exactly where he is, and yeah, he's going to need to get, like, what, another 3 resets? Two or three resets. So
yeah,
again, it's almost an unwinnable situation. Maybe if he can take down Fox TS.
I mean, he could. One shot's all it's
He can
going to take.
one-shot Fox TS, yeah.
So, but then I think he'll still need another reset. I'm pretty sure he'll still need another reset after that. I mean, depends when he does it. If he does it like 1 second left, then I think he'll still actually need another reset. So it is going to be a hard ask here for Opalisk.
Has he been spotted, though? That's the real question. I don't know if he has. I'm sure he would have spotted Fox TS out there. He will get this kill for free. He should. No, he doesn't.
Fox TS.
How?
With a lightning reaction.
I don't know why Opalist didn't fire a little bit sooner than that. That was pretty much his only chance, but he allowed Fox TS to turn his turret and got taken down. In the end, EL Gaming pick up the 2-0 there on Ghost Town, so thoroughly unsurprising result, I would have to say.
Well, you called it.
Well.
So, oh well, Ghost Town, I think Caren Tiger can just write that one completely off and just forget about it and come into this one as a new kind of series in towards our next map, which is, of course,
Mines, I think.
Mines, I think, yep. So, I mean, Mines here, Caren Tiger, if they're playing well, look, we've seen them play some really interesting tanks on Mines before. So if they can pull out those interesting tanks against EL Gaming, you know, whether they might go for the FV4005, the 215B183, maybe a Mouse, which I think was more B Gaming's thing, but still, you know, within the realms of possibility for Caren Tiger to pick it. So they might be able to do that.
Yeah, well, getting a bit ahead of ourselves, though. Before that, let's get underway here with the replays of Ghost Town. And yeah, I mean, I think maybe here, if say, one of these Caren Tiger players had have driven behind Guan Ren and stopped him from falling off there, and they would have been able to take down Nice and Guan Ren.
Well, exactly.
They might have taken extra damage from Black and Fox TS, but they would have got 2 for 1. In the end, Guan Ren survives. So that potentially could have turned things around a little bit for Caren Tiger, but overall, EL Gaming did play it very well. Like the issues that they had, which was players getting caught out, was very quickly nullified by that quick sort of response. They had tanks in positions where they were able to fire, and of course they were able to do that and got the damage across that they needed. And even if they lost the tank, they were able to trade one back, and well, in the end it went the way of EL Gaming.
There we go. So EL Gaming right now with 2 points up against Caren Tiger in this best of 9 series, of course. Let's not forget, if it does go to a tiebreaker, I know we are looking ahead quite a bit now, both of these teams get points. So, you know, I think Caren Tiger, if they do manage to bring it to a tiebreaker and lose, then that could be, you know, that's a good result for them. But very, very early days yet to be thinking about that, I guess, Elfish Guy. And overall, at the moment, you know, they need to focus on steps and just wipe that last game from
Steps and Mines, to be honest. Those two are the important ones, I think, for Caren Tiger. Interestingly enough, both of which are EL Gaming picks. But beside the point, for now, post-battle stats looking pretty good for EL Gaming once again. Takamori Sane in the AMX-50B.
Good mix, though.
Doing his best, but like I said, I mean, it was always looking like EL Gaming there. After that first initial fight, after they got the damage across, I mean, there was never really a situation where it looked like EL should lose that.
Yeah, no, I've got to agree with that. And Caren Tiger, unfortunately, Akio in that E100, look, he did do a little bit of damage that time at least. Got effectively two shots off, but you know, so better than that first time around.
Yeah.
But still not quite enough to change it up, make enough of an impact to turn the tides there for Caren Tiger. And honestly, even if one more shot had been placed on towards, you know, the AMX-50B at the end of EL Gaming that had taken down earlier on, you know, that could have,
woulda, shoulda. Didn't.
Didn't.
Yeah, that's the takeaway, I think, really, for Caren Tiger. They almost had enough, but not quite. And so, obviously, as you say, they're going to have to put that one to the back of their minds, pretty much ignore the 0-2, and go into this one with a fresh mindset, knowing that mines and steps are possible places where they can pick up rounds. So we'll have to find out here as we head on to mines, our next map, see what tank picks are going to come out. Hopefully something different from Caren Tiger, but it does seem like it's going to be relatively standard. E50s from EO Gaming, that's a little bit interesting though.
E50s, wow. I'm trying to think of a time when we've actually seen E50s, but I honestly don't actually think that we've seen them in any broadcast match, at least, of the WGL.
I'm pretty sure we might have seen EO Gaming pick it once. On steps?
You reckon?
Might have been steps.
Oh, actually, yeah, we might have. Of course, the E50, for those that don't know, is that Tier 9 German medium tank. It's got that nice 105mm gun. So damage of about 400. So it's a fairly, fairly well-rounded gun, and decent sort of profile for a medium as well. Overall, I think though, on mines, it will work well.
You'll have to find out whether we're going to see a standard EO Gaming hill rush, bit of a slower play. We'll find out momentarily as we're going to be getting into the game. Caren Tiger starting off on the attacking side. Their attacking side and their defending side both equal. 57% win rates for both on Caren Tiger. Similar for EO Gaming. Both of them have 50% win rate, so on the attack and defense. So slightly favours Caren, although Opalus gets immediately shut down trying to control that hill without all that much backup.
No, that was a bit of a silly move there from Opalus, because, I mean, he should have kind of known that EO Gaming are going to push towards that hill, and already EO do have hill control. Looks like they're going further.
Yeah, they certainly are. Black has taken a lot of damage. A Batchat already off the field here for EO Gaming. That's not great news, but they are at the very least dealing a lot of damage back across to Caren Tiger, who have lost to the Batchat and a T49 themselves. Yupa in the 113 currently looking like the focus of the fire for now. And, well, he's going to have to fall back out of there. It seems like that initial flurry has started to slow down, although Guanren and Sunmi are still hanging around over towards, well, Shinozaka at the moment, and they do pick up a kill. It's now 4 versus 6. EO Gaming very much favoured in this one now. Yeah,
looking very good for EO Gaming, and just like that, EO take control of the hill. Caren Tiger maybe not expecting it, and, well, they're going down with only 3 tanks left. EO should be able to kind of close it out here quite easily. Shinozaka is the only one on Caren Tiger with that full HP Batchat, but really, this is just EL aggression. And when EL play like this on mines, when they play so aggressive and just rush the hill, that's when I think, okay, that's why EL pick mines, because
there are times when we see EL pick mines, though, and they play very slowly.
Yeah.
And we've seen that against B Gaming, and both times they did that, it didn't work. But this time they play aggressively, they take control of the hill. I think they did that against Horseman as well, and had a pretty good result there, apart from that one time that Guanren charged in on his own, but we'll forget about that one.
Try forget about it.
Try to.
I'll never really forget.
Still, a good result again coming out there for EL Gaming, looking pretty convincing there. The Brawl worked out very well for them. The Focus Fire, of course, they take down Opalisk in the T49 immediately. And we know Opalisk is a very, I guess, veteran T49 player. He plays it a lot. He picks it a lot here for Caren Tiger, and it is sort of like a comfort pick for him. But in that case, he just played a little bit too aggressively, trying to go up in towards the mine when he wasn't having any backup. And, again, he just gets shut down for that aggression.
Well, just like that, and Caren Tiger, they're going to be licking their wounds after that one, I think. And it wasn't really any of the tank picks that kind of did Caren Tiger wrong there, but yeah. I'm sure we'll see from the replays that early aggression from EO Gaming just completely caught them off guard. And look, the first shot even ricocheted, but that didn't even matter.
Well, I mean, you're in a T49,
and those E50s, E50s actually have the perfect gun for taking out light tanks. That 10.5 centimeter gun is absolutely amazing at getting those nice, long, accurate shots across the map. So they did their job, Yep. We were wondering about them, but that's exactly what they're designed to, what they do really well.
Yeah, I mean, not many replays coming out there, but it's hard to say when it was like, 2 minutes of the game? The entire game pretty much could be a highlight reel, really, for EO Gaming, to be fair. So, Again, another very convincing performance there. That was on the defensive side of Mines, and though they played it almost like the attacking side by going so aggressively in towards the hill there. And I think heading on to the second half of Mines, that does fill me with a bit of confidence here for EL Gaming, despite Mines probably being their weakest map, that they should be able to actually 2-0 this one.
Yeah, you reckon 2-0?
Yeah, I'm leaning that way.
I would be quick to give this to a 2-0 to EL Gaming, but the issue is that I've seen EL defense on Mines. Attack on Mines. And they always do, well, recently they've always been doing this thing where they just push 2 113s up the coast and get them on the flag, and it never works.
Yeah.
Rarely ever works.
I was going to say, I was about to say the exact same thing. Like, I don't know. They try and push it up and then around the back of the hill a little bit as well. If you know that position where the TVPs were playing in earlier this evening rather, and they try and use that, and it just doesn't seem to work. They fall back onto the cap. Plenty of easy resets for the defending team when they control the hill. They control, basically. The defensive side spawn has a good spot where you can just shoot down in towards the 2 cap anyway. Maybe with the grill, even the T49 we've seen work there as well. So Caren Tiger, they've got a lot of options here on the defending side if EL opt to go for that. The times where we've seen EL look good on Mines has been when they've either pushed the hill in the middle initially and got an early fight off, or when they've played a little bit slower, but they've sent someone up the boost. And a lot of the times that player that gone up the boost from EL Gaming has really been able to turn things around. So I think those are the two, well, not win conditions, but those are the two strategies probably that EL Gaming should employ if they want to pick up a 2-0 here on Mines.
I think so. Yeah. If they just do their stock standard, attack, then I don't think that'll work. But let's take a look, I think, at the last kind of damage dealt stats of the last half there, and interesting to see that Mudame up the top, Jordan.
Yeah, but like I said so many times today, like, what does it matter when you lose?
Well,
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Bragging rights, really, but it's kind of irrelevant, really. Overall, EL Gaming, all of them sort of contributing a little bit there, doing some good work. AMX50B from quiet was a little bit quiet, but, again, did its job. Poor old Opalisk. Down there on 0.
He got a shot off at least. At least he didn't go triple bogey. Yeah, oh well. A little bit disappointing. Anyways, moving on towards this next half here, I think that Caren Tiger, I don't know, like, they're 3-0 down, right? So they need to start winning soon. And look, Caren Tiger, they're good at drawing matches out to tiebreakers, but I just, physically don't think it's very possible for them to come back from a 4-0.
No. And they're actually not bad at coming back as well. We do tend to see them start off relatively slowly in series and come back in and take it to the tiebreaker and then win the tiebreaker as well. But like you said, even at a 3-0, I don't feel like they can come back from this one. I mean, yeah, maybe they pick up one on Mines here. I don't see them picking up both on steps. I think they just get one there. So, it feels like too little too late for me already. But again, I mean, it's obviously entirely possible. It just doesn't feel like it, especially the way EL is
EL are looking,
rolling over them almost.
EL are looking really, really strong tonight. There's no doubt about it. And if EL can continue this, form, they're playing really aggressively. They're playing just like good old EL. So they've obviously used their break week pretty well.
Yeah, well, let's find out how well they've used it. We're going to be heading into the second half of Mines here. And it's going to be the WZ111 coming out.
Yep, there we go. So the Tier 9.
And a Skoda. T50. That's I don't think we've seen that before coming out.
I'm trying to think. Maybe once, I want to say. But yeah, Skoda T50, of course, again, that Tier 9, sort of the baby TVP.
Yep.
Again, has fairly similar stats to it. Plays in pretty much the same way as well as the TVP, but oh no, that's unfortunate for Sunmi. They're just trying for a bit of a boost, but I don't know, got rejected by the mountain, so that's not going to be happening in the meantime.
Hopeless is not in a good spot. Once again, he's pushed pretty aggressively. I just don't know what he's doing here, but Nice has taken a lot of damage. I don't know, maybe that was off of the back of a shot of Opalisk, but I'm not so sure. In the end, though, Opalisk has gone down. Black is under a lot of pressure here, as well as Nice. And again, we've seen that coast push coming out here from EL Gaming. This time, not with heavy tanks, but just with mediums, and they've been completely shut down. They've already lost a couple of their tanks. They've traded a couple back onto Caren Tiger, but it's 2 batch hats for a TVP and a T49. I'd take that trade as Caren Tiger any day.
Absolutely. Taking 2 of EL Gaming's batch hats off the field. You know, I don't really like this Skoda T50 too much.
No.
Because I think it still will have a little bit of trouble getting through the AMX 50B.
I mean, admittedly, EL Gaming have done a lot more damage over to the remaining tanks from Caren Tiger, but they have lost some pretty key tanks. So we'll see if Caren Tiger can pull this damage deficit back. At the moment, we've got to a bit of a quiet state, although Guan Ren, look at him, just flying around, and he's run straight into Yupa, who's very happy to oblige with a shot in towards him.
And Yupa's going to push him now as well. Yupa...
Well, he has to. He doesn't really have any other option. Like, the rest of his team is being taken down by Guan Ren for now, and so he has to be able to deal with this, and he's pushed a little bit too aggressively. He's going to take a shot to the back or 2, and now he is very low. I mean, Fox TS here in this Skoda could essentially drive over the edge, but he doesn't even need to. Sun Mi's going to pick that one up. Caren Tiger, there's only 3 tanks left alive versus 3 of EL Gaming. They've done a good job of trading those kills back, but the HP, I was obvious to say, definitely favouring EL Gaming here. So
100%.
it's looking like a 4-0.
It's looking like it right now, as we do see that Skoda T50 of Fox TS. He's still got 3 shells left in the clip, and well, Flag in that WZ-111. I mean, he does need to use that repair kit there because he's getting pretty low. But in the meantime, while they've been focusing on him, Fox TS in the Skoda's just popped over and been like, "Hi guys, boom, 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 taking down 3.
Hi guys,
taking
it's
down
me,
2.
the mini TVP. Shinozaki finds himself alone. He's spotted out as well, so they know exactly where he is. There's really not much hope for him in this one. One would expect.
It's not looking like it, as poor old Shinozaki is going to get taken down very, very shortly, and that will be it for the Caren Tiger guys on Mines. And 4-0 is the score. EL Gaming looking super, super strong to take this one out.
It might be it for Caren Tiger in general, admittedly. Like, I said the 3-0 is not going to be enough to come back from, and 4-0 is certainly not. And I think you're tending to fall on towards that side of train of thought as well.
Look, I made my prediction, right? I called 5-4 based on the fact that Caren Tiger would be really on their game and EL might be having a bit of an off day. You know, it was a bit out there, but EL are absolutely not having an off day. They are on fire. They are really pushing the limits again today and just taking no prisoners.
I think you might have voted with your heart instead of your head.
I think I did,
to be honest.
Nothing new there.
No. Well, at the moment, it's not working out too well for you. Let's have a look at the replay, because it's going to show us similarly that the game's quite, well, not very much working out for Caren Tiger either.
Yeah, so here this was Guan Ren just getting taken out, and look, it was a great punish there by somebody. So Yupa, he made a mistake, simple as that, going for Guan Ren, and he was punished with his life, essentially, and that was naming his 50B off the field.
Yeah, you could see, I think it was Shinozaki coming in there trying to block a shot for him, but at the end of the day, he wasn't quick enough, and it probably wouldn't have helped much in the end anyway. Overall, another dominant performance from EL Gaming. They put themselves at 4-0. 4-0. The Skoda worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I like the Skoda. Can't complain, I suppose, when it does that, and against those lighter tanks, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, it'll get a lot of damage out in a very short space of time, and perfect for finishing off. You know, just cleaning up the floor.
Yeah, it got the last 3 kills, didn't it? So there you go. Bit of janitorial work.
Yep.
Yeah, clean up on R7 or whatever.
Yeah.
But
clean up on A7.
Yeah, that'll be making more sense. Anyway, let's have a look and see how it did on the damage charts, because I think it might be up there. That Skoda certainly fired a few shots across.
Yeah, we've got it. Where is it? There we go. CZ02 TVP, aka the short name for it, all the way up the top, 2.2k. So again, these tier 9s, when we see them pick, just do so well. The WZ was on number 5 as well. So really, I think the tier 9 metagame is well and truly in force, and we're seeing that reflected there in the damage charts.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing some decent work overall for EL Gaming tonight, and in general, in terms of the entire season. Again, Opolis goes down without firing a shot. Well, he fires a shot, but it doesn't hit, so might as well not have fired it, to be honest. So two pretty poor performances there from Opalisk on mines. When he does tend to be a bit of a pest on mines, like he's usually in there dealing damage, you know, being annoying. I mean, he's a T49, so you don't expect him to be dealing massive amounts of damage, but he's always sort of in the back of someone's mind, like, oh, the T49 could shoot me here or something like that. But obviously, when you get taken off the field to start off, then there's no worries in that regard. So a little disappointing from Opalisk, who's usually not so bad on mines. He's going to definitely have to step up here on steps in our next map because, well, Caren Tiger, their backs are against the wall.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing there that Obelisk wasn't able to get anything there. But, yeah, steps. Look, again, it's a new map, and Caren Tiger, again, we've said it before, they aren't the team that crumbles once they've lost a few. They can still come back. It doesn't really phase them when they're down in a series. So
Yeah.
I think we still could see steps go quite even here, even meaning that we see 5-1. But we'll have to see what they pick.
We shall have to see what they pick. Coming into steps here is basically the last chance for Caren Tiger, and well, luckily starting off on defense. But as you say, that T125s, the defensive side for Caren Tiger is very good. They've played it 8 times, only lost it once, so they're on their preferred side. Although in saying that, EL Gaming have won every time they've played steps attack. So
yeah, no, I'm not really liking those picks there from Caren Tiger. 2 T110E5s. Like 1, I'll give you. 2, nah, sorry, it's just overkill. You know, those T110E5s, they can just get rushed by the bat chats and they do absolutely nothing, you know. So overall, I think without those T110E5s, you know, they could have had a much better chance. And yeah, we're going to be moving from mines there on towards steps.
yes,
So here we are.
here we are indeed. Caren Tiger. Those 2 T125s, we'll see where they set up, but this Grill 15 I think is going to be a bit of a thorn in their side as well. He's going to be peppering them from all the way towards the south of this map here. I do like that setup from EL Gaming. A little bit worried here for Caren Tiger, unsurprising as it may be to say.
Yeah, well, I'd be worried if I was any team going up against EL Gaming, to be honest. But right now we do see some big shots. There you go. The Grill already taking a nice shot on towards Mabesi, and you know, that's exactly what that Grill is designed to do. It is the most accurate tank in the game. So when you spot someone moving across the map, you know, the Grill, it can almost aim for weak points when it's sniping, you know, whereas every other tank, you're just like, oh yeah, you know, I'll just put my kind of crosshair over the tank and hope that it gets on it. The Grill, you can literally aim for weak spots, you know, at those long ranges. So that's what we're seeing inflicted there on towards Mubesi. But right now, EL Gaming, it's looking like they've done enough early damage and are going to be rotating probably up towards a 1 flag to try and trade out a bit there.
Yeah, the RU251 of Opalisk up on the boost. So that makes the 2 flag a little difficult for EL Gaming to negotiate. But as you say, luckily, or perhaps wisely from EL Gaming, they've read the situation well, heading towards that 1 cap, 1 flag. Mordame and Mubesi are going to have a bit of work ahead of them. EL Gaming slowing down a little bit here. I mean, typically speaking, we'll see EL Gaming really just rushing towards that 1 cap. But this time, I mean, they've got the grill, so they're a little bit more content to play slowly and play a little bit further back. See if they can get a bit of damage across before going in for an all-out engagement.
It's looking like it there, as we are going to be seeing this grill right at the back of the EL Gaming kind of convoy of tanks. It's heading up towards the 1 flag right here. Interesting that they haven't left any tanks all the way back to towards their spawn to scout out. So what that means is, to me, they're probably going to be rushing once they get on towards this 1 flag and really committing to it. But we'll have to wait and see as those first 2 tanks are spotted there for Caren Tiger. Fox DS in that grill trying to get a kind of bead on towards them to see if he can get some shots. But looks like he's not going to be able to get anything to shoot just yet. Of course, that T110E5 might poke its turret armor. Well, it's turret over, but with a turret armor of over 200 millimeters, not much is going to be going through that.
No, definitely not. But you can see EL Gaming here slowly but surely starting to get that map control that they need. And it looks like they do want to peek over this rail track here and put a bit of pressure onto Mubesi in that T125. Caren Tiger slowly but surely moving back and trying to get away from this onslaught that is very nearly going to appear here for Wargaming. And they've managed to set up in positions where they tend to play from, and we tend to see them picking up wins from. Like, playing around this house is something that Wargaming do quite a lot. Flag is going to make his way over there. He gets absolutely popped, so not a bad result for Caren Tiger, actually, but now the onslaught appears. Mordame is the focus. Guanren and Quiet are going to be able to pick him up very easily, but they are taking a lot of damage in response. Mubesi needs to go down quickly here for Wargaming. And it does look like that's going to happen. Although, for now, he's alive. In the end, Quiet is able to take him down, so it's a 2-for-1 trade in the favor of Wargaming, even though they were the ones that had to be the aggressors and had to put themselves in the dangerous positions. Again, Caren Tiger just not able to get enough damage across when they need to.
Very, very disappointing there for Caren Tiger and Wargaming. That is exactly what that sort of a push is designed to do. Just clear out everyone from the rail tracks, gain that map control, and they've spotted most other members of Caren Tiger out so that they know there's no one trying to flank them. But now they have had a bit of a kind of moment to reset, so they are going to be sitting nice on towards the cap in that AMX 1390. Black going to be sent back towards their spawn to scout it out a little bit now that they don't know where the Caren Tiger guys have moved out to. So Black's guarding against a flank in the meantime, putting the cap pressure on.
Yeah, this is so tough now for Caren Tiger to come back into this one. Not only are they a tank down, they have a lot of HP down, and the map control that they did have has basically been stolen away from them. Wargaming looking in a very good spot here. The Grill 15, is that a HC shell into the front of the T125? A little interesting.
Might have been.
It did 184 HP, damage, rather, but oh well. Quiet in the bat chat was able to get a bit of damage across as well, so it's just putting Yupa in a really tough spot here. He knows that whenever he peaks, he's going to take some damage. And even if it's not that much, like, it is going to add up here. And he's obviously not feeling too comfortable about it. Another HE shell goes into Yupa. Yeah,
exactly. That's the thing. That with the T110E5, it doesn't matter if it's poking over the hill with you know, that turret armor. Foxy S is just saying, well, okay, you could poke over the hill. Every time you do, I'm going to deal 200 damage to you.
Yep.
So every time he loses the trade, and that's what that's the whole purpose of having a T110E5 on this map is to trade. So when you've got that down, I mean, it's just pointless.
Well, Opalus getting absolutely wrecked by Fox TS. And again, the situation gets even more dire here for Caren Tiger. Nice at the very least has fallen off that cap, but that little bit of pressure that Wargaming has, I guess, relieved Caren Tiger of is basically irrelevant at this stage. It's very much looking like Wargaming are going to be able to pull this one out. Nice will be making his way back over to the cap circle. He's going to get on that. And now once again, the ball is in Caren Tiger's park. You have to make the move.
Yeah, there we go. So Wargaming getting right back on towards the cap. Caren Tiger, I mean, there's just not much they could do with only 4 tanks left. EL, they've got excellent map control all around the center of the map. They know that as long as they cover up the center, you know, they should be fine. There might be Caren Tiger pushing up and poking towards the cap, but at this point it doesn't actually matter if Caren Tiger move up towards the cap. That just means Wargaming go all in on them and brawl them and finish them off.
Sunmi, Black and Guanren at the moment trying to you know, just get some presence down towards the south end of the map. They know well, they know at least where Yupa is, but as soon as these extra tanks get spotted out by Wargaming, you would expect the bat chats are going to rotate up towards those guys and just take the brawl. Shinozaki's been spotted out, now Polly as well. I think Akio V he is as well, so they know exactly where all those Caren Tiger players are, and there's no cap timer going on for EL at the moment, but these bat chats just charging straight in there, and there's really, we know how this is going to end.
Yeah. We do, unfortunately, and Caren Tiger, well, they're not going to be ending it with a smile on their faces, unfortunately. So, Wargaming right there, it looks like they're going in for the kill.
Definitely does. Sunmi and Black should be cleaning things up here. Shinozaki might be able to take down Sunmi, but he gets taken down in response by Guanren. And now it's just Yupa in the T110E5. Black's going to be on the reload. Is he just going to try and ram him? Probably, knowing Wargaming.
You reckon?
I don't think he can kill him, though.
He can't kill him with a ram.
Oh, no, Guanren's going to get the kill. Anyway, 5-0 for Wargaming. I thought 5-1. I was wrong, but not by much. Unlike you.
Rude. That's rude.
5-4. Yeah, I don't know.
I was dreaming.
Fairyland, that's what you were in.
I like to go to Fairyland once in a while.
Yeah. Well, anyway, EL Gaming, looking back to their usual selves. Again, we said they were starting to get back into that, and they looked a bit shaky against B Gaming. They had a couple of slow results. A 5-2 against Caren Tiger was their initial result in this matchup, and then this time 5-0. So just improving upon that. So again, EL Gaming looking good here. I know. Again, just nothing really bad to say about it, to be honest. Like, there was no map there where it really looked like they were in trouble.
Yeah, it was very, very clean from EL Gaming. I think that's the word I want to use to describe it. Super clean. So let's take a look at how they managed to take that one out. This was very early on, and from Caren Tiger's perspective, you've got to be expecting that EL Gaming are going to do this. They did this with their entire lineup essentially, and Caren Tiger, they actually did have a lot of tanks in there to try and fend it off, but EL Gaming just played it so perfectly with the tanks up there on the rail tracks, and quiet grunt when got into these nice little defensive
They
positions.
just know the angles that they can't get hit from, and they abuse that, basically. So overall, EL Gaming, just the better map knowledge, the better aim, the better focus fire, everything working out very well for them.
Just better.
Yeah, pretty much. Not much else really to say about it. Like, Caren Tiger just got outplayed.
Simple as that. And you can see Black there just did a bit of a fake at the end.
Yeah.
When he was heading towards you, but it looked like he was going to ram him, but not quite.
Yeah, so overall, very convincing result from EL Gaming, and good to see them looking back to their usual selves. Caren Tiger might be a little bit disappointed there to get the 0 on the board. Well, not get anything on the board, I suppose, but overall, I suppose you come into it expecting it, really, against a team like EL Gaming, and again, across the board, EL Gaming really sitting up towards the top there. I mean, Accio V gets a bit of damage across, but same old story. What does it matter when you lose the map?
Yeah, it does not matter at all, but I mean, Accio V's actually been playing pretty well throughout this series to consistently be around the top of the map, the scoreboard, I think. So, worth giving a shout out to him.
Yeah, definitely. And well, Flag didn't play much of a part in that one. He didn't even fire a shot. So basically, EL Gaming played 6v7 just then. Although I guess in saying that, Opalus didn't do much either.
And Flag just got insta-popped when they went over the rail track. Yeah. So
I think he landed a bit incorrectly, and he lost a lot of his momentum. He just plopped straight into, like, the front of his tank plopped straight into the ground, and I mean, I dare say he didn't intend for that to happen. He didn't intend to just drive over there and die. He would have at least liked to get a couple shots off, but obviously the momentum loss made him an easy target, and he got taken down. But obviously EL pick up the win, so what does it matter?
Doesn't matter at all, Jordan.
Does not matter at all. So, EL Gaming, again, looking very good into this one. Looking very good into the next couple of weeks here. But we do have still one more game coming up tonight. It is going to be B Gaming and Coalition Zoo. Pretty interesting one. Both very closely matched on the standings at the moment. So stay tuned for that one. We'll be back just after this quick break.